Great. Okay, so let's go over to YouTube and let's see what's happening on our channel. And are we live? Yep, we're live. Global Leader. Okay, that's reverb from YouTube. Okay, good. So we're working on excellent. And we see all of the onliners down below. Lovely. Okay, so we're still working on everything else, but now we've got a recording going and tech is going. And let me just try and do that. Yeah, that's what I want here. Okay, so they're working. Okay, so we're still on microphone on laptop.
So when I plug it in.
Good. Okay, so I'll stay here. Okay, so
I'm going to disconnect.
you have not heard my name yet. You don't know who I am. I will introduce myself officially in a moment.
That's why I asked you to bring your laptop.
But I think it's not a bad thing for you to see, even before you hear my name or understand what this class is and why you're here, that you get a little bit rattled at the beginning about tech. Because this is what happens in this room. This is a sophisticated educational experience that we've created at the college, and I will explain all about that, in which we lead on education. We don't follow. So we're a global leader here, and that's what you take in this class for, to become one or learn about global leadership.
Photo, that's what it's called. What a photo.
First thing you need to know is how to deal with tech and not get rattled. So notice that right now, as I stand here at the podium with technical support, great team, I've worked with them for years, that a lot is not working. Am I freaking out? Am I saying I must have exactly my phone in place, my laptop up, my Instagram on, my TikTok on, and everything before I feel like a human being? Because that's how we all live now.
Because I can,
no,
like, computer sees it.
They just go,
computer sees
it's not working. It'll work the way it's supposed to work, and I'm working on it.
The computer sees the extra ones.
Going on here.
I saw that. It doesn't allow it to show up.
And that is being human.
And the call?
Human interaction.
His computer ended.
So, as Stefan and Elgin get things properly set up, I'm going to move the class along with the tech as it's working the best it can, because I have a bigger priority in mind.
He has Teams or Zoom on his screen.
Now, I would like to move around for the moment because I have my microphone usually, and you see all the microphone, but I can't because right now the microphone is in the laptop because that's all that's working. Okay, so my name is Lon Appleby. You can call me Lon. I'm your professor in this amazing space. And as it happens, in the class that you have signed up for called Global Leader, you have entered a new kind of educational space that we have built at this college. Elgin, Stefan, and Stuart, and Chris, and many others. Here. Now, let me just explain something to seize a moment. Next week on September the 11th, there will be no attacks. Promise. However, there might be a minor attack. I may lose these guys. They may go on strike next week. If they go on strike next week, I will not be here.
Does the USB-C work?
I don't know. I went straight with
We'll see what happens. But we are sort of joined at the hip in the way that we created things over here. So if they go on strike, I will support them, and I won't be here. But hopefully, we don't know yet, and they're not going to say anything to you, okay? And I'm not going to put them on the spot.
I don't even know.
So for now, things are working. No. I walked in here today thinking maybe they wouldn't even be here. It might be work the rule, and I can't even get these guys. So, okay. So what's going on?
You have an issue with Taria.
I have an issue with Taria.
Yeah.
It's not seeing the camera, but your Zoom sees it, your computer sees it, so it's Taria's issue.
As long as YouTube sees it.
I don't know if YouTube.
YouTube is not seeing it. Zoom, because I'm not using Zoom. Okay, so but that's hold on a second. So let's go over to YouTube. What YouTube is just seeing is this, but they can. But can they hear me?
Yeah,
They can hear me.
You won't see any video.
Okay.
The video is getting off of Taria.
Okay.
But Taria is not letting you see the camera.
I have a workaround for that. Notice, everybody, that I've just received some really bad news. I have to. This class is so technologically sophisticated that I've made it part of the class. So tech stress is how I deal. You won't see this every class, but you're seeing it today, okay? So I'm dealing with the fact that this is not going to work. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to blow off YouTube, and I'll just record from Toria, and I'm fine, okay?
But Taria is not seeing the video.
Will they see it on my...
Taria is not seeing
Tori won't even see it on... Oh, Tori won't see video at all. Okay, so they'll hear me. That's fine. And
you can use your camera built.
Let's see. What can we do? Because frankly,
built-in camera.
Yeah, let's go for it. But frankly, all that matters are my words, but my body language is important. So use whatever you can, as long as they can hear me and I can move things along. Okay, we have a tech maestro here who's going to offer a solution. No? That's okay. That's okay. Okay, just a second. We have already a question, which means we have an engaged, a student is actually listening, which is excellent. What's your name? David. Bueno, gracias, hombre. Okay. Go ahead, David. Yes, I'll explain in a moment. Not quite today. We're troubleshooting. So, okay, so we're up here, and I can actually put stuff up on the board. Kind of. Don't worry about it. No, I'll do it. I can work with what I can. Okay. Thanks, guys. Okay. So let's make sure we're set up to do what we want to do. David, I'll answer all the questions in a moment. But first, we need to get things working properly. And so let's just make sure we have enough to go on. I need to record this. Hold on a second. So everybody online can still hear me. And on, so my camera's working on YouTube. That's fine. So I'll get my recording. That's okay. So I'm just good. So now I have learned, and I think I'm just about ready to start. We're okay. I have my high def recording going on YouTube. That means all the students watching asynchronously will be able to watch the recordings. Excellent. I have my online group with me right now on Toria, but they can't see me, but they can hear me. That's great. And most importantly, I have students sitting here because all of these students are going to learn shortly that they are the most important ones in this class. They're the nucleus. They're the protons and the neutrons. And then you've got these electrons floating around out in outer space, and they are all the people online. You may not understand what I just said in terms of what. Okay, good, because science and understanding chemistry, critical if you want to understand what it means to be a human on planet Earth today, and that's what we do. Anyways, so I think we can actually have a class. And the only thing that's going to be weird for everybody is that for the online group right now, you can only hear me and not see me. But if you want to see me at the podium, please go to Global Class YouTube and you can see the live stream and you will see me. And that's it for now. No microphones, me not moving around here. I'm going to stay here. So welcome everybody to Global Leader. I very much want to move around because I'm a very much think off my feet type of professor, but I have to be anchored here for the microphone, okay? So I just have to chill and hang on here to remind myself to stay at the podium because I want to move around. This is Global Leader. You have come into the global classroom. You are in the right course. You have chosen to take this course for whatever reason. It's a general education elective, and my job is to make this course so worth your while every week that you're going to walk out of here in person, or you're going to leave the class online, or you're going to watch the recording somewhere or listen to the class like it's a podcast and you're driving down the 407 or the 401 and you're going to go, man, I'm really glad I chose that class. I think that what is going on in this class is teaching me something about exactly what I came to Durham College to do. So I'm going to try and do that every week in Global Leader. But essentially today, what I want to do is paint a picture for you of what this class is going to be. And I want to talk about you a lot. As a matter of fact, as you're going to come to see in this class, your voice matters hugely here in this class. And soon, when you feel more comfortable, like these students are, all of you who have defaulted to the back of the class, because that's what you're used to. You walk into a classroom and you go sit at the back and you turn on your computers and you basically tune out and wait for the PowerPoint. That's not going to happen in this class. You're going to migrate to the couches. And we're going to fill up the couches. And in these couches, when the tech is working properly, a microphone is going to be moved around. And you're going to speak. And whenever the microphone is put in your hand or you are given a microphone, suddenly you're going to feel pressure. You have to say something. You can't be passive. If you have a disability and you are somehow naturally shy and you don't like to speak, well, I'm going to help you get out of that shell. Or maybe you don't want to speak, but you are someone who has such a rich imagination and you are actually listening and engaging. You will have lots of other ways to express yourself in this class. But the critical thing is interaction, not through your machine, not through your device, but humans interacting with humans right here. They see the humans in front of them. They see their eyes. They see their flesh. They see their body. They cannot retreat into their machine world. I want to speak about this just a little bit longer, and then we're going to start to bring you in, okay? I just need to shut the doors. And normally I have my microphone on and the students online can hear me, but I'm going to just do this so you can start to get a sense of what this is. Let's see if that works. So that works. Yeah. Yeah. That's going to work. That's just a door. That door is supposed to look that way. Great. Okay. And then over here. Okay. Now, just to add a little bit more intensity, I'm going to put the blinds down. Oh, no. There goes the natural world. Now we're going to enter some kind of space. But that line going down helps. I love seeing green grass, but when we start going over to the board and we do notes together and those notes go up here and we're becoming this living think tank laboratory of ideas, then the people online will be able to see clearly what's going on there too. It won't be glaring at them. I understand production. I understand cameras. I understand microphones. I had a long experience in television and journalism before I started teaching and helped build this place. And in this place, I get to teach what I love, which is the story of humanity, past, present, and future. The human story on planet Earth. Global leader, what are we doing now in this world? Short history of the world. Where do we come from? Humanity's destiny. Where do we go? Where are we going? Those are the 3 general education electives I teach in this room. I've helped to build this room with tech here over the years. So I am the human story guy. And what we do in this space is we lead as thinkers. We're not passive Canadians. We recognize an enormous opportunity in this world today. And you're going to hear all about this. We will talk about it and you will understand it. The United States is basically in decline. And Canada has a tremendous opportunity with its diversity and multiculturalism and its understanding of democracy to really start to attract the attention of the world, because the United States is filled with such a sense of inflated self-importance. Anyways, let's come back. You will see this. I think you already have a sense of what's going on, but human history tells us. I could talk so much to you about history, but that's another class. That those cultures and those societies and those nations and those peoples who start to think they're too important start to make fatal mistakes. And they get replaced. Anyways. So let me stop for a second and at least make sure that everybody is clear on what's happening. This is Global Leader. This is not Short History of the World. First, let me just check in with tech and everything to make sure things are working. For everybody online right now, and I see there's about how many students are joining us synchronously. We have my glasses. We have Caden, Drew, Eunice, Harmanpreet, Loma, Pranav, Shona, and Zainab. Can you all hear me? Excellent so far? Excellent. Okay. So I'm still standing at the podium, and right now in front of me, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 students. So 19 and about, how many did I say are online? 8 or so or 9? That's 27 in the class right now, synchronously and online, synchronously and in person. Then there's about 40 others who aren't here, and they will be watching the recordings. So things are working more or less. We can have a recording, we can have a class. Let's stop for a moment. And let me bring back, okay, I'll leave that up here so you can see what's going on. And the wall is, it's not the way it's supposed to look today. As a matter of fact, why don't I bring back at the very least the signage, because that's nice, you get a sense. And I can manage the online group from here, okay? So all of you can see that to inspire you. Okay, before I continue, first I just want to check with you, and then I'm going to start to ask some questions and see if there are any of you who would like to speak at this point. You don't have to, okay? Normally at the top of an hour, 11 o'clock, we're supposed to take a break. Is it okay if every class we don't have a break, but we end 15 minutes early? Is that okay? So you can always know that the class is ending at 11:45. Okay, is that good? Great. And for those of you online, if anybody would rather not do that, then just put it into the live chat right now and explain why, and we can talk about it. But probably everybody's going to go, sure. Now, I'm going to assume for those who are online right now, in the cosmos, as I call them, that you're actually listening, that you're engaged. But if you're not, that's okay. The most important thing is all of you here. The rest of you in the cosmos and elsewhere, you have resources and you have all sorts of things too later if you want. I understand that when you come in online, you may not be fully engaged. And if you're watching the recording, well, later you'll watch it. But for these students, these 19, well, you've shown up. You want to be here. Good. So let's talk a little bit for the moment. What I'd like to do before we have a little activity where you're going to meet each other is just sort of get a sense from you about why you're here. And in order for this to work today, this is going to be the really brave move for some of you. Those who want to talk normally would take a microphone, hold it up here like karaoke, and they would speak, and everybody online and the recording would hear them rich, like a podcast, nice and close, not a microphone buried in the wall somewhere. Sounds like somebody's distant, but really close, like it's Joe Rogan talking, really intense. I'm going to have to ask you to come up and stand here so that they can hear you online too. That may not be so easy for some of you to actually come up today. But you're going to be doing a lot of that later this semester with guests and each other. Is you're going to be coming up to the podium. You're going to be taking a microphone and you are going to be leading with your voice. So is there anybody right now, you don't have to, okay? Is there anybody who would like to come up right now? Look at this. Come on up. Come on up, okay? Now, there's no microphone working, so you're going to have to stand here. Could you just give your name for the students online and they can see you, and please go ahead.
Hello, everyone. My name is Zaid Ali, and I'm taking global leadership or leader. Sorry. Yeah.
Yes.
And I'm in computer programming for my third year. Yeah. It's been a ride, you know? Last year here, hopefully.
Last year here.
Yeah, hopefully.
Way to go. How do you spell your name again?
Z-A-I-D.
Z-A-I-D, because I saw it written down.
Yeah.
Zaid?
Zaid.
Zaid.
Yeah.
Okay. Z-A-I-D.
Yeah.
So this guy has already received 100% in the course and can leave.
All right.
Okay, you've got your 100%. But in a moment, you're going to write all your names on the board, and we're going to have this thing called on board. So we always know who's come to the class, and you'll see how that works. But the critical thing is that I want you to see immediately, even with the tech not working, and things are not quite happening the way I would, the beating heart of the class is this student
Thank you.
or you who stands up in front of others and has the courage to lead.
Thanks.
Zaid.
Yep.
Zaid, right now you have the courage to lead.
Thank you.
Now, let's talk to Zaid a little bit, okay, and understand a bit more about why he's here. Does anybody have a question for Zaid?
I'm open.
You're open? David has a question, and we'll have to, you can ask it from there, David, and then we'll translate so they can hear.
So, what made you take the computer course you're taking, and how do you like it?
Okay.
David has asked, what made you take the computer course you're taking, and how are you liking it?
Okay, so when I first came to college, before that, I was working tow truck. And I'm like, am I going to be doing this my whole life? And I'm like, no. That moment, I applied for school. I think I applied for Seneca and Durham College for 2 courses each, finance and computer programming and analysis. both schools. I came to Durham College because my family lives here for the open house. I talked to the business people. They were so boring. I talked to the computer programming people. They were so fun. They reeled me in. I took the course. It was all right, like it was mostly web development, which I'm not too fond of, but it gave me all the skills that I need to do my own studies at home and my own things at home. Like I have a friend and like he always tells me we should make Roblox games. So I tried a couple of times, and with like the knowledge I have and the knowledge he has, we worked together and we solved the bug this summer.
Solve the bug.
Yeah. That friend is actually sitting right there.
Who's the
Ahmed,
friend?
yeah. So I had to introduce him. He's looking shy.
Yeah, it's okay. That's okay. I just think that for the students to be able to start to see something within a half an hour, in spite of all the tech stuff, I hope it's starting to do what happened to Zaid, which is I'm reeling you in.
Yeah.
You're getting reeled in.
Yep.
You big fishes, the salmon and the tuna and all these pieces of sushi around here.
Yep.
You're getting reeled in, but you don't have to. Okay? No pressure. Just feel it. Start to feel it.
Yeah.
Zaid, I just want to ask you one question, and then we'll let you be. Okay?
She had a
You can
question.
Go back. Who had? Oh, sorry.
She had a
Yeah, of
question.
course. What's your name? Tasha. Sasha. Sasha has a question. Sasha, go ahead.
I just wondered what led you to taking this course and what it's going to do for you in the future.
Lovely. She's asking the question I would have asked. Sasha just said, what led you to take this course and what do you hope it will do for your future? Go ahead. Say.
Okay, I'm gonna be real with you guys.
Be real.
I'm not too fond of gen eds, but I do like gen eds where I have the ability to come up and talk more. And this was one of them. Again, my friend Ahmed, he told me, he's like, yo, we should take the same gen ed. I'm like, yeah, why not? It's my last year here and we didn't have any classes together. He's in a different course. So I'm here and I'm liking it. It's nice, just chatting.
What do you want to achieve, though? That's good.
What do I want to achieve? Okay. Yeah, that's true.
More
Okay.
concrete, okay? Yeah.
I guess
How's this going to benefit?
from this class, just being here for like the few minutes I have, like I haven't went in front of a group of people and talked like this. Whenever I'm going in front of a group of people, it's already scripted. I already know what I'm gonna say. Oh, I'm talking about databases. I made this and that and this and that, and I've been working on it all semester. So my presentation better be perfect. Right now, he's pulling me up, and it's working on my speaking to you guys.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm working on it. Like I'm messing up with words.
It's okay.
And
It's okay.
I'm a little nervous. I don't know all the faces, but I'm here and I'm learning and I'm forcing myself to come up here and talk to y'all.
Outstanding, Zaid.
Yeah.
Thank you for being a model, and this
Thanks,
will be
yeah.
remembered. It's recorded.
Thank
People
you.
watch this later.
Thank you.
And give me instant replay of the game.
Oh yeah.
Watch what you're going to see. Hopefully, on the YouTube recording, the recording of the class, you will see yourself standing
Now
here and we'll be
you
here.
just remind me
You
I'm
watch.
being recorded, eh?
And you're gonna immediately hate what you see.
Yeah.
That generally is. That's okay.
But then that's good. Like I could go back, see how I talked to you guys the first day, and see how I talked to you guys on the last day,
Absolutely.
and then see my differences. So I hope we all could learn like that, or we all should. Yeah, right? Almost.
Thank you, Zaid. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Okay,
thanks.
we'll let you go, okay? I want to talk a bit more about you, but I also want to talk about me. And I'll just say one thing about me, that you could pay me $1 million and, well, I'd have to think, but I would give that back or think seriously giving back as long as I have what just happened now, which is a student, a human being in flesh and blood, not synthetic creature on a machine, but a real person came up, was listening to what was going on in this class, and raised his hand and said, I'm going to take the chance. And he stood in front of others, and he was eloquent. He was real. Yes, he made mistakes. I could easily break apart his language. I've taught presentation techniques. I've taught writing and grammar. I have a lot of background as a journalist, writing for magazines and newspapers, producing television programs. You can see it online. There's lots of stuff online. This ability of him to have the courage is a very important part of leadership. And we just saw it there. We might call it grit. We might call it guts. We might call it crazy. He's going to take that chance, but he did it. He jumped off the high board. And look at the reaction. Questions. People were interested. So that means a lot to me as a teacher. It means that the fish, the salmon are starting to spawn. Okay? Question over here. What's your name? Daniel? No, I think it's, what do you like to be called? Like, what do you really feel? Are you sure? Okay. All right. Daniel. Daniel. Go ahead, Daniel. Yes. Well, it's a good question. Daniel asked me, why did I choose journalism? Well, I have a little story to tell you about this, and it's completely true. I will never lie to you in this class. I may not tell you every single thing that I want to tell you because there's only so much time in the day, but you expect nothing less from me than authenticity and telling you exactly what I think, what I've learned, so that you can feel that you got something real, of real value. When I was 16 years old, going back now, I'll do the math, I'm 62 right now. So this is in the 1970s. I used to like watching city TV in those early years. And there was a sportscaster at the time named Peter Gross who did the sports. And I had been going to a kind of alternative high school at that time called the Alternative Independent Study Program in Toronto. And the reason I went to that school was because I'd been going to Jarvis Collegiate in Toronto, and I had a bit of a meltdown, a physical breakdown. My stomach, I was diagnosed with a disease, Crohn's disease, and I had to spend time in the hospital. Anyways, to cut that part of the story short, when I came out of the hospital after 5 weeks, my first real kind of experience, seeing life and death, I was put on a ward where there were some very serious people in bad situations. I couldn't quite handle being at this school anymore. But I found another place that worked for me, the Alternative Independent Study Program. And one day while I was there, and Peter Gross was going to the exhibition stadium to report on the early Toronto Blue Jays, I went up to him in the parking lot and I'd say, hey, Peter, I like what you're doing. Could I come follow you around? The rest is a little bit of history. It led to me becoming a kind of a gopher at City TV in those early years. You can see all of this online, or go to City TV headquarters today and you'll see my picture there in the corner of the lounge. I became the youth reporter for City TV, reporting on all sorts of things happening around Toronto for young people. And that led to eventually me becoming a documentary filmmaker, going to CBC, beginning to write for magazines. I had already been writing for Scotiabank Hockey College News, writing profiles of Wayne Gretzky and Gordie Howe. And journalism kind of found me. I loved to be able to just learn about the world around me, and then express that somehow. I liked language a lot. I liked being able to just learn about all these new things happening. And then when I started to really get experience and began to grow and began to rise and produce documentaries and many other things, I felt that I wasn't quite doing what I really wanted to be doing. And that's when the classroom found me. And that's when I was able to start creating what I really wanted to be doing. I really wanted to be learning about history and about the future. And I couldn't quite do that in the work that I was doing then. I had too many financial obligations. I had to pay the bills. So I took whatever jobs I could in journalism. But the dream was to be able to really understand, what does it mean to be a human being in today's world? Where can I learn about that and express that? And that led to this. But journalism was a great way to really learn about the world and learn professional skills, learn how to write well, learn how to communicate well, learn how to be a professional among my peers, learn how to get along with others, become more resilient. Does that sort of answer your question, Daniel, a little bit? Okay. I am here ultimately because of something that all of you are experiencing. I want to stop for a moment because one of the things I've learned as a teacher over the years in a classroom is teaching has a bit of performance to it. I will never forget watching Jerry Seinfeld live at Massey Hall. Do any of you know who Jerry Seinfeld is? Wonderful comic. Outstanding. George Carlin, for example, or Jon Stewart, or Stephen Colbert, or even this young woman from Barrie who just got chosen to be on Saturday Night Live. Do you know that a young female Canadian comic just yesterday has been chosen to be a new player on Saturday Night Live from Barrie? Did you know Saturday Night Live was created by a guy from Toronto, Lorne Michaels? Did you know Saturday Night Live is one of the longest running shows in television history? 50 years this year. Anyways, that's a tangent. I saw Jerry Seinfeld, and I've seen others, the way they can stand up in front of a group of people and they get a sense of the crowd and they can move with the crowd. Right now, I'm getting a sense that I probably have talked enough. I think it's time to put them into that group activity that I had planned. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. The only way that I know that is because I see you looking at me. Do you think people go and watch a stand-up comic of that level, those brilliant comics, and they're on their phones? They paid $50 to be there, the way you've paid a few thousand to be here, and you come into a room and you're going to be on your laptop? No, you are here. And I'm watching you. You're watching me. And now we can actually move together. So I'm trying to get a sense of you and what you want, reading you, feeling you. Am I correct in saying maybe enough talk now, let's move on? Or would you like to keep this kind of boat moving in the direction, which is we keep going like this? Just raise your hand. You can be honest. Would you like us to shift over to an activity where you meet each other? Yeah, get up, get on your feet. I see some hands. So then please get on your feet. Good. Okay. Watch this. Okay. We're going to do an activity. For those of you online, I'm going to come back in a moment. Okay. So I think we have 19 here, but let's see. Half of the class should be. Yes. Half the class should be standing here, looking at the other half. Okay. So, Zaid, and David and Sasha. Do you want to just come here for the moment? You can be the first one standing up. And is it Adnan? Ahmed, okay, you too, okay? So I think we have about 9 people that should be standing beside him. So could you go, Daniel, and you as well, go stand there, look that way, okay? And then could you come up, get your names later, okay? The 2 of you, could you go stand beside them? And we can push the couches back, because what we want is a row of students looking. And let's count now, just to make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think we have room for 1 more. Could you please go over there and stand there? You can push the couches. Now, for the rest of you, could you all come in and stand in a line facing them? Okay? Please go ahead. Please go ahead. And let's see where we get. We may need to double things up. So we're just getting a group activity going here. And we want to have all of you, oh yeah, but you have to be standing like this. Like this, okay? So please come in, okay? Excellent, okay, yeah. Go, okay? Excellent. So we may have to double up, okay? Let's see. You should be facing
One person should come on this
okay,
side.
you should be facing her, and then we'll, you know what? It will work. Could you stand over here, and could you come and face her? Excellent. So everybody should be facing somebody.
Is that me?
Oh, sorry. Come, I knew we had to double up. Could you double up with her? Okay, so you're gonna function like one person, joined at the hip, more or less. But I will help you to understand. In a moment, I'm going to ask each of you to start talking to the other. And this front group will talk to the other group, and we'll explain in a minute or two what exactly you really want to get out of this class and why you're here, why you've come here. And the person that Zaid is talking to will be listening. And then after about a minute or so, what's your name? Muntader.
Yeah.
Muntader. I love the names in Global Leader. It's so diverse here. Probably have 40 different countries represented. Muntader will explain to Zaid why he's here. And Zaid will listen. And the 2 of them will have a little chat. And then I will say after about 3 or 4 minutes, switch. And the row here, this front row, will move like a circle. You'll move together like one person. You'll go around, and everybody will take a step to the left. And the circle is going to go around. And then I'm going to say, go ahead. And the next 2 will talk. You will meet a new person. Ask their name. But the critical thing is you're talking about why you're here. And if you decide you want to talk about other things, go ahead. It's okay. Most important is you've actually spoken to a human being in person, and I do not see anybody with a phone in their hand, a device in their hand. That doesn't mean your devices are not to be used. What it means is you have a responsibility today to use your machines properly, responsibly. We are the generation, the first in history, that has had such powerful machines to the point where we are creating artificial or augmented intelligence. You need to know when not to use your machine. And right now is that time. Everybody clear?
Yes.
Okay, excellent. I'm going to come online and say, on your marks, get set, go. Okay, so for those of you online, you're going to hear quite a bit of activity going on around me. Right now, I'm leaning into the microphone. Can everybody hear me? Eunice? Oh, great. Eunice, you were listening to, excellent. Okay. So if you'd like to see my face, you can go to YouTube. Have any of you gone to YouTube to take a look at the live stream? Because for some reason the camera's working there. But Good, Eunice. Okay, so Eunice, you're on YouTube right now, right? I mean, you can see me on YouTube. Yeah, excellent, everybody. Okay, it may not be in sync, but at least you can see me and you can at least begin to connect. So here's what I'd like all of you to do right now. Did all of you hear? Oh, yeah, Loma, go ahead, and it's probably better to just put it in the live chat because, well, Loma, go ahead and try. I'll try and hear you on the speaker here. Go ahead.
I was just saying, because we can see you here. So is it the same on YouTube?
It's probably better for all of you online right now, Loma included, to just put whatever you want to say in the live chat. Okay? That's the best thing, just because of the way things are set up. So, Loma, go ahead and we'll monitor that in a moment, the live chat. But good. So, Shona, did you hear the instructions that I gave for the group? Hear the live group clearly? Or would you like me to repeat? Okay, so basically good, Shona, thanks. I'm going to assume that everybody heard me, as Shona has just clarified in the chat. I'd like all of you individually to essentially do what the group is doing. Here we go, just a second. Switch. Keep going. Step to the left. One step to the left. Everybody take one step to the left. Okay? That's right. So you should be a new person. There should not be a train wreck collecting over at the ends, which is what happens. So I want to make sure, okay? You go around in the circle. So step to the left. Yeah, okay. Good, good. Come around. Keep going. Exactly. You'll get the hang of this in a moment. Take another step to the left. I want to make sure we don't get this bunching up of students. Yes, you count as one person. Okay? Good.
So then we jump one person?
Essentially, everybody, by taking a step to the left, jumps one person. Not jumps, just goes to the next person.
You should. Now I'm not talking to him, I'm talking to her because someone else from this line went to this one.
Oh, that's okay. Then you do jump. Okay? Yeah, thank you, Sasha, for that. You might jump a person when you step to the left. That's okay, as long as you're in front of a new person. That's all that matters. Okay? So let me just make sure this is... I'll deal with the confusion. Okay? Yeah. Great. Okay, good. So there we go. I would like all of you online to do exactly the same, but not, of course, what the students here are doing. You're going to do it on your own. I'd like you to take a few moments to think about why you've chosen this class, Global Leader, and then in the live chat, I'd like you to explain as best you can why you've chosen this and what you hope to achieve, your expectations. But I have a condition for all of you, and I want you all to listen close to what I say now. When you put your thoughts into the live chat, I would like you to write in clear sentences. I would like to see good writing. So that means that you need to possibly write out what you'd like to say on a separate thing. Yeah. It's the same on YouTube, Loma. Yeah, it's the same on YouTube. As a matter of fact, what you probably could do, that's a good question. Let me just stop and deal with Loma's question. Just so, no, Loma, I'd like you to stay in the video conference right now. Just don't do anything different. As long as you just keep the YouTube tab open, I can explain later, okay? So just keep doing what you're doing, okay, Loma? I was going to change things, but in a moment. Okay, good. So all of you, please think. If you need to, write your answer out separately on a piece of paper or something, and then rewrite it into the live chat so that it's nice and well written. One of the things I'm going to be doing a lot with you in this course is helping you to write better. Okay, so let's start now. So does everybody, does anybody not understand what I'm asking you to do? If not, then please go ahead. Okay, Shona, thank you. Okay, switch, please. Next person, move around. Keep going. Excellent. Keep coming around. Beautiful. Next, you should be in front of a new person. Yeah? No train wreck, no bunching. Is there a train wreck there? And you're moving as one, then you should be pushing, keep going around. You should be in front of a new person. And the two of you, and I'm going to get the name of this lovely joined at the hip pair of students. You're Hamza? Shante. Shante and Hamza. Okay, we'll get all those names. Keep going. I think we stopped the train wreck. Keep going. Yep. Okay. Daniel? Yeah. Shante and Hamza. Good. Okay, so if Shona understood the instructions, I'm assuming everybody else did. But if you didn't, then just go and ask Shona right now in the live chat. Shona, could you explain the instructions to me? Because I'm going to disappear somewhere for the moment. Okay, so I will leave you all to it. Excellent.
Is there going to be any essays assignments?
Coming up later. Don't worry. Yeah. For sure. For sure. Yeah. For sure. Yeah. For sure. Good, Shona. Nice, clear instructions. Shona is listening, so anybody, I'm not going to teach anymore. You just direct your questions to Shona. Good stuff. Okay. Keep going. Pranav Harmanpreet, is it? Let me just see. Caden, Eunice, great. Drew. Okay. Excellent. So let me just get this set up. Switch. Next person. Keep it moving. Keep it moving. Excellent. This group, we've got 20 students. Yes. Yes, I know.
Yeah.
More or less, but
Yeah,
it's also.
because it's the selection is units
Yes.
If you click on yours, it will come.
That's working. It's some other things that are not working. Okay, is it Pankaj?
Yes.
Okay, let's see what's happening. Oh, I see. There we go on YouTube. I can see it now on YouTube. Good. So I'll get my. So we see the live guys here. That's what's happening. But for some reason, Antoria, yeah, I see now. Okay. Okay. Great. Good, Eunice. Eunice has got her first go with this. Good, Pranav. I'm also now speaking to the online group, to Loma, Eunice, and Pranav. I'm going to assume, Eunice, Loma, and Pranav, that you actually wrote this and it wasn't Chat GPT. Can I make that assumption? Eunice, Loma, and Pranav? Yes? Yes? Okay. I need to know that when you write something, you wrote it. A machine didn't write it. It's very, very important going forwards, okay? Thanks. AI is not a problem for me. I'm not against AI, but I need to know when students are abusing it, okay? So, great. Good. So keep going. Good, Harmanpreet. I see it. Harman. Do you prefer to be called Harman, not Harmanpreet? Is that how I should refer when I call upon you, Harman? Yeah, good. Harman. Okay. Switch. Keep it moving. Go ahead. Keep it going. Excellent. So Harman's got Shona is back. Good. Yeah. Shona, you are an educator. You are a budding educator, right? You're in the ECE program. Good. Yeah, good. I think that what we do in this class, Shona, is going to help you really open your mind to possibilities for childhood education and what children need in the classroom in the future. At least you're going to think about this. Okay? And I'm not saying that you're going to agree with everything, but you're going to start to open your mind to what can be done in a classroom at a time in history when it's a very challenging and difficult time to be young. A lot of confused and overwhelmed young people today. Okay, so. All right. Great. Okay, switch. Keep it going. Very good. Keep it going. Nice. We're almost done. You don't have to meet everybody. Last one. Last one, okay? So go ahead. One more. Last one, okay? Go ahead. Last person. Yeah. Way to go. If you hear me talking to myself online, you will get used to it. It's just so much tech stuff here. I have to think out loud. So I'm not talking to anybody right now. Okay? I'm just talking to myself. Okay, so the tech, what's happening? Got that should be up because the PC computer is not working. So that's not happening. Okay, so we'll put that up for now. We do have our YouTube live stream, and that's good. So all of the students watching the recording later will have the recording and will look good. And the only thing is for some reason students again yeah it's Toria for some reason Toria's that's fine. But what's good is we see with the onliners they're at the bottom of the screen and that's nice, so they're not getting in the way of the big one. They're just floating right now at my arm, around my neck, and it's as if I'm talking to them directly. Good. Okay. Good, Drew. Yeah. Drew, I'd like to just ask you to elaborate briefly on this. When you say the human story from a planetary perspective, which is really important today, what do you think that means? Just curious. Could you write that out for me? Okay. In a moment, we're going to take everything up together. So let me just see. Everybody should have their descriptions in the live chat. Uh, and I will check and see what we have here. Okay, we're good there. So everybody can see the chat there. Uh, we will go there. They don't need to see that. Whoops. Okay, I know what we're going to do. Okay, so that should not be. That's right. That's right. Stay there. So I'd like to make this a little larger. Oh, but it doesn't affect that. And that doesn't get affected. So let's pull in this. Okay, everybody, please go back to your seats. Please go back to your seats. Yes, we're going to take this up together. Please go back to your seats because now is the time for our take up. And we're going to carry this on. Yes, Sasha. No problem. Just come back, okay? Yeah, okay, run to the washroom. If you need to run to the washroom, go ahead. Just come back. You don't need to say anything. But if you need to run out to vape or smoke or whatever, you're not allowed to do that, okay? That you can manage, okay? But if you need to run out quickly, if you need to run out to get a message on your phone, if it's an emergency, yes. If not, you must stay, okay? So just a quick, you can run out quick, come back, okay? But we're going to carry on with the class. And we're going to start, I think, what is always going to be the most exciting part of the class is when we take things up together and we do the notes together, the GC notes. So we cannot do everything this class. There's so much I want to tell you about this course and where we're going. We can only do what we can do. But the important thing is that you're getting a sense, just a sense of what this class is, and that you're starting to feel a little bit of the energy of the class and why you would want to come each week. I do want you to know, though, that there will be a lot of guests coming to join us as well. Young global leaders and others who've been achieving things as graduates or beyond in the professional world. But the most important thing, even with all the guests, will always be when we interact and we work on the notes together and we take things up together. That's when we are really working together. And that's what this room is all about. It's about bringing people together and allowing you to interact in person with all the online stuff too. But the critical thing is this. So here's the first kind of stressful part of this moment that we are in right now. Somebody has to take the notes. And it's not going to be me. Somebody has to do this. And that is, you're going to have to come over here. You're going to have to do something like this. And they're going to say, today's notes. And they're the author by now, these notes that we do together are really important. This is the stuff that you study for the reflections that you'll be writing in this class. There are no exams, no tests, but a lot of writing, a lot of reflecting. So this is critical information. These are live, fresh out of the oven PowerPoint slides. Do you follow? Let me explain. When you walk into a classroom today, most of what you learn is pre-packaged PowerPoints. The best professors do terrific PowerPoints. They are very good. But that's not the critical part of education. PowerPoints, come on. For those who can't study any other way, no problem. These are the PowerPoints, but the information is current. What we put up on the slides that we do together, the information, is of the moment. We do it together. And I guide you so that what goes up there is important information that you're being taught, but we're also doing together. And so when that PDF is made available to you and posted on DC Connect, yes, you can go to those notes and to those slides and look at the bullet points. But guess what? It was done live. We baked the notes together. We got them out of the oven together, and we put that up online for you to study. Does that make sense? Raise a hand if you're not sure. Nothing wrong with PowerPoint slides. What is wrong is old information. The world changes so fast today that you need to have current things to move forwards with. And that's what we do with these notes. The other thing is somebody has to write them with us. And the reason that somebody takes those notes together, and the reason those notes are seen up here by everybody, is because when you write something, when a human being writes something, you are doing something that is incredibly human, but incredibly powerful. You're using language to express yourselves. You are engaging in critical thinking. If you cannot write, it doesn't have to be written with your hand. It can be typed, that's okay. But if you cannot write, you need to come speak to me privately and I will get you the help. Because if you cannot write words, you are at a severe disadvantage in this world. But that doesn't mean that you won't succeed. Of course not. But a leader must be able to communicate. Any leader knows. Whether it's the leaders you see all the time, and I could name them, or others I won't for the moment, or ones that you don't know about, they all do something that they all understand. They know how to communicate to the people around them about what their vision is, about what they want to do, what they want to achieve. And you can't do that necessarily by just drawing. You can't do it by just grabbing an image from Google or getting ChatGPT to write it out for you. You actually have to stand up in front of people and communicate. And you also have to be able to write and be able to write well. And I will help you if you can't. And if you have a disability, let me know. I will help you. So now here comes the moment. Is there anybody in person right now who actually feels a certain passion for the written word and likes to write? Muntader, lovely. Just 2 people? Daniel 3? Lexi 4? By the end of the class, in about 20 minutes, all of you will have written something because you're all going to have to put your names down there. But for now, why don't we say for today's scribe is Muntader. Muntader. Is it Muntader? Muntader, could you go stand by the board and just write today's notes by Muntader? And maybe even write your signature there. Something unique. But let's just see, and I can help you with the pen, okay? So take the pen. I just want to make sure. And all you have to do is it's very simple, okay? So you can do this, okay, and then you want to okay, so and you can write your signature if you want, whatever, but just okay? Yeah, all right. Now watch what happens. As Muntader writes the words on the board, everybody will be kind of watching. I like to think of it as the Bourne Identity moment. Any of you watch the movies, The Bourne Identity? Great movies. Jason Bourne, Matt Damon, thriller. Yeah. But you've seen this in other movies. When they write down, there's a new shift. Rome, Berlin, New Delhi, Anchorage, Riyadh. When you write something down and it comes out, it's like it looks cool when it's being written at that moment. Well, that's what Muntader is about to do. He's going to be writing live in front of all of you. And when this room is working well, all of those who are watching online can see the whole room and the big board, and I can move the camera around. Come in a second, Zaid. So this is important. We're seeing you write, but now we have to give Muntader things to write. Okay, Zaid, you have a question?
I think Drew brought up a good point.
Yes?
I just wanted to know.
Yeah, go ahead, okay?
Confirm what he said or no. Like, are we going to be learning about what he's talking about?
Good. Zaid is reading the live chat already. So excellent, Zaid. Let's start. What we're going to do right now is based on what the 20 of you were doing, but there aren't really 20 now. I can see the gas, the steams going out of the class. Let's just see some left. But let me just do a quick check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. No, not too bad. I think 1 left. Okay. If 1 left or maybe didn't, they're going to have a problem because I'm going to be doing attendance shortly and they won't be putting their name up. Okay, so everybody's here. Okay, good. Okay, Sasha, good. So let's start. And Zaid has connected with Drew, but we'll rewind a little bit. First, normally what I would do at this time is Muntader would have a microphone. And the camera would be over on him. And we'd see him, the screen right behind him. And it's like this is the weather network moment. This is the anchor man standing in front of the screen. But we'd see Muntader, and Muntader will start to write. And then we would have the camera come back, and we'd see the whole room, and we'd see what he's writing up there. But for now, we'll just do it with the camera on me, and that's what we're seeing on YouTube, okay? That's what we see on the recording. No problem, David. Muntader, here comes some pressure. Could you write down, based on the conversation that you were in for that, 20 minutes or so, what do you think were the 3 most important things that was said to you or that you said to others? Just the 3 most important points that need to be made. and just do the bullet points live. Go ahead. Here we go. Live PowerPoint. Do you understand what I'm doing? Do you see the value of this? If you don't, come up and tell me later, Lon, I don't know what you're doing, but I was expecting a pretty PowerPoint slide with a nice image and nice font. And I would say, you know what? I think you're a little bit superficial. I think that you've been seduced by the world of images, and you've lost the ability to use language well. And then you would say, sir, that's an insult. And I would say, good, now let's talk. Do I still have you, or would you like to make a complaint? And you would say, nope, sir, you've broken the ice. Now let's talk. I want to talk to you about the tough stuff. And I don't want you running away. I won't run away from you if you don't run away from me. Okay. So Muntader has said, and I think that the online group can still hear me. Zaina, can you still hear me as I speak? Because I've moved away from, because I want to be able to engage a little bit for now. Just go yes in the live chat. Excellent. Okay. So today's notes, Muntader has said one student works on independent films, one student likes to read and write, one student, keep going. Keep going. He's thinking. He's doing something that we don't do enough of anymore. Think, without a machine stimulating us. We all know this moment because we go through it every day. I'm bored. Let's go scroll. Before long, you're into what's called a delusional rabbit hole. Or you found something great. But you know what you didn't do? You weren't mindful. You didn't stop and just think. You reacted. We're all nuclear reactors today. As soon as we're bored, boom, we go online. Boom, get me that website. Get me that image. Get me that thing. Stimulate me. Keep me connected. Don't let me be bored. And guess what you become in the end? Stupid. You can't think anymore. You become easily taken advantage of by others online. Oh, the influencers who know how to use that stuff so well and rope you in. Before long, you spent all your time online. We want to use our machines well, but we also want to put the machines away and know that it's the human thing that is the most powerful thing we have. So Muntader normally would tell us what he's written, but for now I'll say it just because it's the audio is the problem, okay? So one student is not like professors. They do not understand. Great. Okay. Excellent. Okay, so let's stop for a moment. We have some critical notes here. Now, I would like to give, for the moment, before we continue with the next slide, I would like to give the online group a chance to contribute. And I just want to test and see if our speaker is working in here. I don't think it is, but let's try. Shona, since you've been pretty good in taking instructions, could you just jump on your microphone and say hello? Hi, everybody. How are you doing? And let's see if this is working. If not, we will do this another way. So I think, Shona, are you speaking? It looks like the speaker is not, we're not connected. So for the moment, Loma, Shona, are you speaking into your microphone? Can you turn your microphone on? Let me just see if this is working. If not, we'll come back to the live chat, and we're going to go to Zaid, and we're going to bring in some of the online comments.
Hello, how are you?
About Drew and what he said.
Hi.
I saw a little.
I'm not sure if anyone can hear me. I just joined.
Yeah, I'm going to just say that for now, we're not getting our speaker today, so that's okay. Let's do this. I want the online classmates to also be part of the take-up. And Zaid, who has been the courageous one today, had already taken initiative and started to interact with what's up here, which is excellent. So could we do another slide, okay? Could we just put your finger down in the corner, okay? You'll see the two little vertical lines right next to the G. Yeah, put your finger on it. That's it, exactly, okay? And I would like you to write down Drew plus Zaid. Drew, D-R-E-W, plus Zaid, Z-A-I-D. Okay? Now, this moment here between Drew and Zaid, this interaction is important. We're going to extract from that what I think is the critical information for you. And then we're going to come back and review the first slide, and then we're going to be done with it today, this part, okay? It's just a very, very introductory version. Zaid, could you just read out loud what Drew has written in the live chat?
Yeah. So the whole thing?
Yeah, go ahead.
So I am Drew Patterson, a second-year mechanical technician, millwright student. I chose Global Leader because I was interested in learning about the human story from a planetary perspective. I wanted to know what the class description meant by that because I was drawn in by that description. And this is where he caught my eye.
Yep.
At this point where he says, I thought that this course would touch on humanity as a whole and bring up specific cases of people who may have affected the planet or the world and what we could learn from them. And I just wanted to know, are we going to be touching on that? And that's why I brought it up.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Absolutely. So this is a very important thing. Actually, there's more than just one, but I want to make sure we just get the critical thing. Drew wrote something of value. All of you did, but for now, we're just focusing on what Drew wrote. And then he actually elaborated a little bit on how this would apply to the course. So in terms of what you would like to achieve from this course, you talk to each other about that. The online classmates had a chance to reflect on that. They put that into the live chat. Now we're extracting what we think is really of value for all of us. What, Zaid, do you think, based on what you've just read and, just thinking, is the thing that Muntader should write in the notes? You don't have to write it yet, just think, okay? What should he write down? In terms of what this class will actually do for you or for me or however you see it. What's the critical thing there, Zaid?
I feel like a good note to write would be the fact of like the interaction itself on how how the nucleus can react with the electrons outside of class, even though they're online, but also like, maybe like, if you could like, and you did confirm that we are going to be talking about specific cases of people.
Yes.
So maybe a note could mention the fact that students in class can interact with people outside of class, and also the fact that what we're going to be talking about a little bit in this class, regarding to the fact that we're going to be talking about specific cases of people.
Now here comes a moment of truth. Get ready for a little bit of discomfort, okay, Zaid? A little bit of discomfort. A leader understands how to be comfortable with the uncomfortable because you're dealing with stress and difficult things all the time. So you never really become comfortable, which probably would go against what you want in life, which is you all want to be comfortable. Well, then don't try and lead. So I'm going to assume that Zaid can handle this. Okay, I'm going to say something a little bit difficult. But he didn't really summarize, and I didn't really ask him to. But he didn't really say what Drew had said. He started to tell us about what he wanted to say a while ago. I get the sense that what he just said, he could have said half an hour ago. I'm not so sure Zaid was listening. I'm not sure Zaid was really reading what Drew even wrote. I'm not sure Zaid was concentrating. I'm not sure Lon gave him the correct instructions. Clarity. Pay attention. Focus on others first, not you. Oh, that is a hard thing to take. Aren't leaders supposed to be focusing on themselves first? Yes, with a vision, but then the best leaders listen. The worst leaders don't. So, Zaid, I'm only using this as an example, okay? So go back now, rewind, read what Drew wrote, and then try and think about it in terms of what he wants. You can put a little bit of you in there, but try and think about Drew first, not Zaid. Okay? Go ahead. What is it that Drew said that is really critical about what we should achieve together in this class?
I think the most important thing that Drew said, and which caught my eye,
Good. Excellent, Zaid. Excellent.
would be the part where the fact that he wants to know what's going to happen in this class.
Yes.
In regards to, are we going to be talking about specific cases of people?
Yes. Nice. Specific cases of global leaders. Just write that down. Nice, eh? Nice. Absolutely. Are you okay with me turning up the,
pick it up,
notch a little bit? Pick it up, okay? Put just a little bit more pressure. But that's okay. Zaid, is there anything else would you say the second most important thing? Specific cases of global leaders. People who are making a difference in the whole world.
And how global, Drew also wants to know how global leadership and leaders affected the planet that we live on.
Exactly. Nice. So go back and turn around and say that to Muntader, and Muntader will take this down.
So, I feel that Drew wanted to know about specific cases of global leaders and also how they affected the world that we live on. So how global leaders affect the world we live in.
Notice what's happening. Keep going until he gets it right, okay? You know, look, it started with Drew, Zaid, Muntader, everybody together, learning together.
Also, you could write how.
Do you want to write it for him?
What we could learn from them as well. What we could learn from leaders of the past. I guess you could write as like another line.
Good leaders are team players too. They have vision, they can communicate, but they work with their team. They listen and go back and forth. I used to be the co-executive producer of a production company, produced television series, one that still runs on the Discovery Channel called Zoo Diaries. But I still continue to be in touch with many of my colleagues. I used to produce documentaries for CBC many years ago. One of them from 1987 that I was a senior producer on, the highest rated documentary in the history of Canadian television, called 24 Hours on the Street. Runaways, 24 Hours on the Street. Did a lot in that field. One of the things we always would do at our company is we'd sit down and we'd have these brainstorming meetings, production meetings, bounce ideas off. That's what's happening now, in a way. We're working on an idea together. So we need to start winding this down, but let's say first, Muntader, just as a way of reviewing what's in the notes. We just started the notes today, very, very introductory. Could you go back to the beginning of the notes, the previous slide? And could you just summarize those notes that you've written there for us, okay? And please explain yourself, and we'll translate for those that they can't hear online. Go ahead, Muntader.
Yeah, so I just wrote about basically 1 point of each student that I talked with.
Yes.
One student works on independent films, one likes to read and write, and another doesn't like professors that they don't understand.
Okay. Did Muntader actually write down what you want from this class? Not quite, but it's a start. He wrote down something about each of the students, but he didn't actually write down completely what you want to achieve from this class. That's okay. We're just starting this exercise today. Okay, so the notes don't have to be perfect, but this is good. The one thing I would ask is that final note, Muntader. What does that note mean?
Yeah, I talked to one student, and I mentioned how I had a professor who had a very heavy accent. I couldn't understand what they said.
Okay, it's an accent problem,
Right?
It's an accent problem. Okay, I thought it might be more than that.
And he said something similar, so that's why I wrote it down.
We'll leave it for now. There's more I want to say in this review, but we're running out of time. And so I want to bring everything back to where we're going to be next week, as well as just summarize a little bit of the class today and just conclude in the next couple of minutes. So we're not quite finished this activity, but that's okay. It's a start. Please stay there, okay, Muntader, because we may write something down past this. Before the class ends today, I would like all of you to go to the board before you leave at the end in about 2 or 3 minutes and just write down your name, because I need to take attendance, the in-person attendance, because here's how things are going to work in terms of marks this semester. You may have read the announcement on DC Connect, but let me just review quickly in terms of how it's going to work. There are 3 ways of participating in the class each week. Okay? So, can you write this down? Number 1. In person. Number 2, synchronous. Number 3, asynchronous. Everybody, every week, receives a participation mark worth 2.5%. Now, this is going to happen every week in every class. And you can put down, right in a big circle, 2.5%. How do you get that 2.5%? If you join a class this way, this way, or this way. Next week, you may decide you want to just come in synchronously. Or maybe you're ill and you can't participate at all and you just want to watch the recording. Every week, you have a decision to make. Do I want to come to Global Leader in person? Do I want to be synchronous or asynchronous? Okay? But you still need to get that 2.5%. So how do you do that? Well, you will see on DC Connect a discussion post. Every class that we do has its own folder on DC Connect. So you will see already on DC Connect when you leave today, Global Leader on DC Connect on the content page, Class 1, Wednesday, September the 3rd. And you will see a folder. And in that folder, you'll see discussion post, number 1. You click on that discussion post. All of you do this. Whether you are here in person, whether you're synchronous, or whether you're asynchronous. Usually I'm speaking to the camera there, but anyways, I'll come back here. So let me just do this in 30 seconds because I want to let you go. For all of you, do you know what you do on the discussion post? You do one thing. You think of one question that you thought is really important to ask based on today's class, and you write it out in nice English. That's it. you get your 2.5%. Because you're being rewarded largely for having come in person. For those of you synchronously, that would be Shona, Loma, Caden, and the others who are live. If you would like partial marks, if you would like 3 out of 5, then you put your question in. But if you want 5 out of 5, all of you will be getting 5 out of 5 when you do your question. But if the synchronous group wants 5 out of 5, you're going to have to do what the asynchronous group does, which is a full reflection. So let me just be clear. In person, just a question. Synchronous group, if you want just partial marks, you do a question. But if you want full marks, 5 out of 5, then you do what the asynchronous group does. And you know what they do? Let's say you decide next week, what's your name? Alex. I'm going to join the class asynchronously. I'm just really busy and I'm going to watch the recording. Well, then you watch the recording. You not only have to write a question, but then for 200 to 225 words, you have to explain why did you write that question. Now, there are assignments. There are 3 assignments coming later in the course, and I'll explain. But every week, in order to get that 2.5%, you must do one of those things. Does everybody understand? You get it? Okay? So I would like to thank you for coming to the first class. Before you go, I would like Mutar to just make another slide. Okay? Just put his finger down there, and we'll give Mutar a little bit of a round for being a note taker. He doesn't have to do anything to get his 5 out of 5. He just needs to put his name down in a moment and leave, and you got it. Because whoever is the scribe in the day's class gets full marks.
Well, I'm good for the whole class. You said I was good for the whole class.
Well, Zay, you just have to do a question still.
And you said I got 100% when I went up there.
No, that means you're 100% for you've graduated. You can So, exactly. Thank you. And Mutar, can you just write down next to that on board? Okay, just put next to Mutar on board. I call this the on board, and you will always see it in every class with the on board part. I like to think of the students who come are on board in the global leader. But on board has another reason. You have to put your name on the board, too. So now I know what the attendance is. I save that. I can correspond that with my spreadsheet, so I know who's here in person, everything's good. And then I will know Daniel's going to do a question because I got his name down, and if I don't see his name there, and I check online, and I can see all them, I know who's online, and the rest of it come in as the recordings.
Teacher,
Yes.
I have a confession before we leave.
Yes.
My name is just David.
David.
Yeah.
Okay.
I said in Spanish is David, but like that's not my name, just in general.
Oh, I like it, David, because I like Spanish.
David too.
How about for students that participate in class and they don't write a question, do they get partial marks?
Yeah, they'll get about probably a 3 or 4 out of 5. It depends. I look at and I think about. I think in your case, because I think about it for a moment, like 10 seconds. If Zayd didn't write a question, but he left, I would probably give him a 4 out of 5. Yeah, because of his contributions. But he didn't get the full marks, and you want those pretty easy marks for just showing up. Okay, but nonetheless, I want to conclude because I promised you will go. Did you have a question? Yes. Before next week's class. Yeah, you have it before next. So it's actually, you'll see in the discussion post, it's due 11:59 p.m. on Tuesday, September the 9th. Okay. But I would encourage you to write the question immediately after the class because you'll forget. Okay. Any more questions? We're good online. Thank you all. And if you have any questions, please just now put them into the live chat, and I will save the live chat, and we can take this up next week. But finally, I would like all of you to go over to the board, number it, So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Please write your name in full before you leave. And for those of you online, before you click out of the class, could you please write your full name in the live chat? Go ahead. That way I can. Excellent, everybody. And then we are done. Good. There should be a line up there. Oh, yeah. Everything say, okay. Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah. I also review them next week, so everything will be available. Yeah. Great. Keep going. Please write it clearly because I'm going to be taking attendance based on this, okay? Excellent. Good. You got your name down? Good. Good stuff. Okay. No. Could you put your name there and just say legislation? And I will make sure. Okay, so for those of you online, I just want to make sure everybody's name. Way to go, everybody is listening. Excellent. Drew's got his name in there. Okay, thank you all online. And if there's anything else you would like to say to me online, I'm here at the podium. Go ahead, you can put it in the live chat. Otherwise, I will see you next week, okay? And hopefully we'll have all of our tech working properly next week and the cameras and everything will be working. But thank you, Shona, Eunice, Drew, for your good comment. Zainab, Pranav, Harman, Caden, Loma, and who else am I missing? I think I have everybody there. Okay, good. So let me just sign out so we are not being recorded, okay? So just give me a moment here. I need to save this first. Okay, everybody's leaving. Good, that's right. So save the chat. Thank you, Daniel. See you next week, guys. Okay, we have that. Great. I've got the live chat. Excellent. Come on in. And let me just save, stop the live stream. Hold on. Stop the live stream.